Okay, to look at evolution, first is divided into two parts. We have general evolution as well as human evolution. So, part yokuqala general evolution, we say ukuthi we have to first introduce the two main terms. The first one is evolution. When we speak of evolution, it's about progressive change over time, meaning ukuthi as time goes, as well as changes occur in anything ekhona on earth, whether it's organism or whether by humans manipulating and changing certain things emhlabeni. So there's that progressive changes. So meaning when something exists from the past, it will still be found in the present times, but it has been modified, it has been changed. Okay, and then we look at biological evolution. So biological evolution is a theory. This theory states that organisms that live in the past, they are ancestors of organisms that live in the present time. In other words, we say that modern organisms arose from primitive organisms being organisms that lived in the past. Okay, and then we have to then understand since we're saying biological evolution is a theory, so we have to understand what is a theory in comparison with a hypothesis. So let's begin with a hypothesis. A hypothesis is any explanation, any tentative statement that needs to be tested and be proven so that it can be supported by facts and evidence. Whereas when we look at a theory is a hypothesis that has been tested, meaning now it has facts and it is supported by evidence. So if evolution is a theory, we have to then look at are there any evidence to support this theory? Okay, so that is our next subtopic, which is evidence for evolution. We have 4 evidence: fossil, biogeography, the modification by descent, and lastly genetics. So these 4 evidence you need to also be able to explain. Let's begin with fossil. Fossil evidence, here now you have to understand what are fossils. Fossils are the remains of organisms, the remains of living organisms that has been preserved in rocks. Usually, living organisms will live and die, and when they die, some decompose, but some become preserved. So you will find that there will be remains of the organisms that did not decompose. In other words, those remains become preserved in rocks, and they will be found after millions or thousands of years that they are still remaining. Those fossils as evidence ukukhombisa ukuthi an organism once lived and it had these characteristics. So they will find scientists ukuthi those organisms, some mostly that are primitive, that lived in the past, they were simple, and now the organisms that lived in the present time are now complex, meaning that they have more features which have many differences. However, there are still some similarities. So we look at the organisms that share those similarities and say that they share a common ancestor, which was the organism that lived in the past. Then we look at biogeography. In biogeography, we look at the study of modern distribution of organisms on Earth. You'll find which organisms that share a common ancestor are usually found in the same region, meaning which they have a certain environmental conditions which they are found because they are suitable, they have characteristics that enables them to adapt to those conditions. So those organisms arose from a common ancestor. Then we look at modification by descent. Lapho we have to understand the word esibiza homologous structures. Homologous structures are structures that have same basic structure but different function. Okusho ukuthi kunama organisms that have homologous structures. Like example is limbs of vertebrate. As you know, we have upper limbs being the arms and the lower limbs being the legs. So vertebrate, such as mammals, birds, as well as other organisms, like vertebrates, their limbs have same basic structure. However, they have different function. A human arm and the wings of a bird are homologous structures, even though they have different functions. So that tells us that these organisms that are sharing homologous structures arose from a common ancestor. And then, eyokugcina kube genetic evidence. In genetic evidence kukhuluma lapho ngo-DNA. U-DNA osinikeza ama-genes azosinikeza ama-characteristics, meaning ukuthi once ama-organisms have similarities in their DNA, that means ukuthi they will also have similar genes, and that will also tells us ukuthi they will have similar characteristics. And then we move on from all evidence of evolution. Now let's talk about variation. Yin variation. Variation, we say are the differences that exist within organisms of the same species. Meaning organisms may come from the same species, however, they will have many differences. Meaning they are not similar in their characteristics. So how do those differences come about? That is where we talk about variation. So there are two types of variation, where we have continuous variation and discontinuous variation. If a variation is continuous, example is height. Height, we can say some people are short and some are tall. However, shortness and tallness, there are many ranges of different phenotypes a height. Meaning there is no accurate measure this is a short person or this is a tall person. If it's not to say a measure, we can display it in a form of a histogram, because meters are from 1 meter all the way upward, depending on height varies. So there are many range of phenotypes. That means layer variation is continuous, and usually continuous variations are controlled by many genes, and they are also affected influenced by the environment. But when variation is discontinuous, now the limited number of phenotypes. For example, gender, there are only two different genders. We have males and females. So that variation, it discontinues. We balance two, male, female. Another example, we must book our blood groups. There are only 4 blood groups, meaning variation layer is discontinuous. So we say there are distinct phenotypes. We say it is controlled by one gene, and also it cannot be influenced by the environment. And then now let us look at the sources of variation. There are 4 sources of variation. Namely, we have meiosis, random fertilization, random mating, and mutation. Ama processes during meiosis that introduces variation. We have crossing over during prophase 1, where there's exchange of genetic material between among maternal and paternal chromosomes. When they overlap, they are non-sister chromatids during crossing over. And then we have also a random arrangement of chromosomes, where we have chromosomes randomly arrange themselves along the equator during metaphase 1 and 2, in order to ensure different combinations of chromosomes in gametes. And then we have random mating. Random mating, mating partners have many differences, which means once they have genotypical and phenotypical differences, they will also produce some offsprings with these differences. So there will be even more variation in the offsprings. And then random fertilization, organisms mating partners, once they are there and they are now undergoing fertilization, they will produce gametes with variation, and then this combination of these gametes during fertilization is random, and that will cause more variation. And then we look at lastly mutation. In mutation, we say mutation is in 2 forms. Gene mutation, where there is change in the DNA nucleotide sequence, lento ezizodala ukuthi bese kushintsha ne-genotype ye-organism, and that will also cause ukuthi kuphume different phenotypes. So leyo variation leyo ke esiqhamuka in a sort of mutation ingaphinda futhi iqhamuke uma sesikhuluma manje nge-chromosomal mutation. Lento yenzeka during non-disjunction, eyenzeka during anaphase, where chromosomes fail to separate, which will end up producing abnormal gametes, which will produce some organisms with different phenotypes due to that extra chromosome as a result of non-disjunction. And then now let us look at the theories of evolution. There are 2 main people theories of evolution. First one being Lamarck. Lamarck's theory is called Lamarckism. Lamarck came with theories. The theory of evolution is based on 2 laws. Eyokuqala, ilaw yakhe is law of use and disuse. Law of use and disuse, if an organism uses its organ more frequently, it become enlarged and work better. In other words, uma organism isebenzisa isitho sayo kakhulu, iba nkulu leso sitho leso bese sisebenza kangcono. And then disuse wakhe lapho uphinda bese uyachaza ke but if an organism does not use its organ more frequently, that organ become reduced until it may disappear, meaning ukuthi uma i-organism ingasayisebenzisi-ke isiso sawo leso sizoqala manje sinciphe futhi nokusebenza kwaso kungabe kusababikho effective, okungadala ukuthi igcine leyo organ leyo ingahle igcine i-disappearisha totally. Okay, and then ilo yakhe yesibili-ke isikhuluma-ke manje nge-inheritance of acquired characteristics. Ama-acquired characteristics yilama characteristics i-organism will obtain these acquired characteristics during their lifetime, meaning ukuthi these characteristics organism was not born having these characteristics. They are not genetic, so these characteristics can be obtained during an organism's lifetime. Uthi-ke uLamarck ngokwelaw yakhe, those characteristics will be inherited from parents to offspring, meaning ukuthi once uKhanyimbawu eseqalile wahamba wayoyibleacha isikhumba, manje usebukeka njengomlungu, usezoqala-ke manje bese zala iy'ngane nazo ezinjengabelungu. NgokukaLamarck usho njalo ngoba uKhanyimbawu wazala nje eyindoni yamanzi but now usenesikhumba esimhlophe. Uthi-ke kuLamarck kufanele ezale ney'ngane esezimhlophe-ke, so ngokwakhe-ke i-theory yakhe isho njalo. And then bese uma sesibheka-ke manje-ke uDarwin-ke yena-ke why approacha evolution differently, because yena eyakhe theory is based on observations. These observations akaDarwin akawenza when he went on a journey noma a voyage to South America, where he went to the Galapagos Islands and observed in nature, because theory needs to be observed in nature so that you can see based on observations wabonayo ukuthi akhona facts and evidence abonakalayo in nature. So Darwin, as someone who went to Cambridge University wayofunda wayakwazi lokho ukuthi fanele enze njalo. Mayifika ke Galapagos Islands uya observe lapha ukuthi kukhona i-island ngapha, kukhona i-mainland ngapha. Ama-organisms ke awafani. Uma yaqala yabuka ku-mainland kunama-range of different finch species, iy'nyoni lezi akayibuka esiyibiza ngama-finches. Inyoni-ke inomlomo wayo, we call it a beak, and then uma ebuka i-beak elitholakala kuma-finches lawa atholakala kwi-mainland kunema-range of different finches, akusho ukuthi azinhlobo ngey'nhlobo. Kodwa uma ebuka lapha kuma-islands, kwi-island eyodwa where there's drought kutholakala ama-finches with large beaks, kodwa where there is no drought kutholakala ama-finches with smaller beaks, meaning ukuthi lapha in the island where there is drought there are only finches that can feed on hard seeds, meaning ukuthi in nature is selecting only the finches that can feed on hard seeds to survive on that island. However lapho khona kungena drought khona kutholakala ama-finches with small beaks, meaning ukuthi they are able to feed on the soft seeds with their small beaks. But if those finches can go to the island with drought, they will not be able to feed on the hard seeds. So usathi-ke kuDarwin uyabuka-ke lapho ukuthi nature is selecting ama-organisms with favorable characteristics ukuthi kube yiwona that survive and reproduce, and i-frequency of those organisms with favorable characteristics increases kwi-population. Lokho kudala ukuthi over time kancane igcina ama-organisms sekusala lawo with favorable characteristics kuphela aphilayo kuleyo ndawo leyo. Okay, and then ingane-ke will be tested ukuthi iyakwazi ukwa-aplya lama-laws la ukuthi in any organism ayinikezwa yona, ukuthi-ke ngokaLamarck uyakwazi ukuthi uyi-aplye, and ngokaDarwin uzokwazi ukuyi-aplya. Okay, ake sibuyeleke lapha kuDarwin-ke. Usethi-ke uDarwin uma sebhala i-theory yakhe usethi it is based on observations, and igama le-theory kaLamarck is called natural selection. Uma sechaza-ke useyayibeka ukuthi okokuqala i-observation yakhe yokuqala uthi organisms produce large number of offsprings. And then number 2 says there is great deal of variation in the offsprings. Number 3 useyasho ukuthi-ke some have favorable characteristics and some do not. And then useythi-ke if there is change in the environmental condition noma due to competition, useythi-ke some of these organisms uthi-ke those with favorable characteristics will survive and those without favorable characteristics will die. And then those that survive will reproduce and pass on their favorable characteristics to their offsprings. And then the next generation will have more organisms with favorable characteristics. And then isiyaphela-ke lapho-ke i-theory kaDarwin. In other words, uDarwin usathi-ke nje in nature ezokhetha ukuthi who lives and who dies, and those that live bazozala iy'ngane ey'fana nabo, bese kugcina kwenzeka i-evolution ukuthi kancane those with unfavorable characteristics get eliminated, kugcina sekusele only those with favorable characteristics. And then uma-ke simuka-ke uDarwin lapho usethi-ke manje-ke eyakhe i-theory ye-evolution ayenzeki kwi-organism kodwa yenzeka kwi-population. ngoba ulamark ngale yena ubethena i-organism ezobe ishintshe qala ngokuthi isebenzise organ yayo kakhulu noma isebenzisa kancane. But uDarwin is no, i-population that evolves kancane kancane ku-survivor those with favorable characteristics. So ibizwa ngani-ke i-natural selection. Ngamanye amazwi masibuka i-rate ye-evolution yayo yilena esiyibiza nge-gradualism. Ithi kancane gradually kancane kancane i-organism iya ngokuya labo abanama-favorable characteristics belokhu besurvivile beqhubeke futhi gcina sekusele bona. So we call that gradualism, where sesibuka ukuthi-ke in a long period of time a species will change with small gradual changes over time. But-ke ukhona-ke enye-ke i-theory lena esiyibiza nge-punctuated equilibrium. Lapha khona asesibuka ukuthi-ke manje-ke ngokwe-punctuated equilibrium, that is where we see rapid changes in organisms in a short period of time. Okusho yona isiphikisa-ke i-theory kaDarwin ngoba yona isithi-ke i-species will change rapidly in a short period of time. Baye bethi-ke lokho kwenzeka due to mutation. Okusho ukuthi quickly due to mutation organisms will change in a short period of time. But-ke uDarwin yena uthi kancane kancane over a long period of time species will change by accumulating small gradual changes. Bese ibiza nge-gradualism. Okay. Now sesishilo ukuthi uDarwin-ke yakhe theory is called natural selection. Kukhona-ke futhi enye-ke i-theory ebizwa nge-artificial selection. Igama artificial means ukuthi now there is human intervention. Artificially into that is man-made. In other words, if ngapha kwi-natural selection kuyi-nature that is selecting ama-organisms with favorable characteristics, ngapha kwi-artificial selection we say it is humans that are selecting organisms with desirable characteristics. In other words, uma sekwenzeka artificial selection, that is where sekungabantu asebekhethayo ukuthi this is the organism we are looking for, it has desirable characteristics. A desirable characteristic ikusho ukuthi iyahaleleka, ethandwa ngabantu ukuthi thina sifuna ukuba, for example, sifuna ukuba nenkomo that produces more milk, noma that produces a quality meat, grade A, noma we want to have chicken that produces many eggs, noma we want to have maize meal that will produce a high yield. Yabo yonke leyo nto leyo meaning ukuthi now sekungabantu kasebenza artificial selection bazoyenza kanjani-ke makwenza i-artificial selection ilento esibiza nge-selective breeding, where abantu sebezokhetha ukuthi ama-individuals noma ama-organisms that have ama-characteristics lawa desirable, they will only allow them to reproduce, and then when they reproduce they will produce ama-offsprings afana nama-parents with desirable characteristics. Bese kugcina kancane kancane due to artificial selection kugcina-ke kusele kuba ilama organisms aproducekayo kube yilawa anama-favorable noma njalo anama-desirable characteristics to humans. So lokho kama-advantages akho ukuthi-ke abantu bayakwazi ukuproduce-ke crop species lawa akwazi ukuthi sokwazi ukuwatshala emakhaya due to ukuthi kudala vele kwakhona only ama-wild animals and also futhi wild plants. So ukuze kube khona-ke ama-crops and also domesticated animals kwenziwa i-artificial selection up until sathola sekukhona-ke ama-crops esikwazi ukuwatshala emakhaya ney'nkomo esikwazi ukuyifuya nezinja yonke leyo nto leyo. But if ungathi yabheka zonke lama-organisms that are produced through artificial selection, they are dependent on humans, okusho ukuthi they cannot survive in the wild. If ungahamba nje uyotshala ubhontshisi noma utamatisi le ehlathini ushiye kanjalo ngeke ukhule uzuthele ngoba udinga i-intervention yomuntu abuya azowunisela azowunakekela. If ungashiya ikati ehlathini ngeke lisurvive because li-produce through artificial selection, therefore ngeke likwazi ukusurvive. So kusho ukuthi ama-organisms asuke eproduced through natural selection, they can survive in the wild, but those that are produced through artificial selection, they cannot survive in the wild. Okay, and then now let us look at speciation. We say speciation by definition is formation of a new species. In other words, new species are formed through speciation. Lapho makwenzeka speciation, we say this will increase biodiversity. What do we mean by that? Remember, biodiversity refers to a variety of living organisms on Earth. In other words, uma kwenzeka speciation, once one species, number 2 or 3 species are formed, the biodiversity, which is the range of plants and animals, will increase, which is the opposite ka extinction. Makwenzeka extinction, that is where kukhona i-total disappearance of a species on Earth. okusho ukuthi uma njengoba kushiwo kuthiwa ama-rhinos only a few rhinos are available on earth. Once those rhinos all die, then now kuzobe kusho ukuthi rhinos have gone extinction, okusho they've totally disappeared. So that will decrease biodiversity. Okay, so that is extinction ngapha, no speciation ngapha. But let us look at speciation into more details. There are two ways in which speciation occurs. This formation of a new species. It can occur through allopatric speciation or through sympatric speciation. Allopatric speciation, we say it is speciation due to a geographic barrier. What is a geographic barrier? That is where a geographic barrier can be a river, a mountain, or the sea. Any barrier that is geographically which can separate species, which can separate a population of the same species. Organisms, if they are living together, we say they are a population because they are living together and they are able to interbreed. But now, once a geographic barrier occurs, it will separate these two species, these two populations, and then now they're going to population 1, but now second population 1 or population 2, because between them there is a geographic barrier. Due to this geographic barrier, now these two populations, they cannot interbreed. Since they cannot interbreed, we say now there is no gene flow between the two populations, because gene flow individuals can mate and produce offsprings. But now, if there's no gene flow, it means now with these organisms, they can no longer produce offsprings due to a geographical barrier. And then as a result, we say when a population of the same species becomes separated by a geographic barrier, we say now they split into two populations. Now they cannot interbreed, and there's no gene flow between the two populations. And then we say they are exposed to different environmental conditions. Therefore, natural selection will occur independently between the two populations, because now our conditions, enye population epilagona, awasafani nakulena enye population. And then now we say now they will become different from one another genotypically and phenotypically. So due to natural selection, now there are different populations, and they will also become different genotypically and phenotypically. And then we say even if they are mixed, even if there is no geographic barrier and they are mixed, they will not be able to interbreed because they are now two different species. Therefore we say sekwenzeke ini speciation. But masibuka ngapha kwi-sympatric speciation, that is where sibuka ukuthi manje leyo speciation due to reproductive isolating mechanisms. Reproductive okusho ukuthi kunama mechanisms that can prevent two species from reproducing. That is what we call reproductive isolating mechanisms. Amagama awo 5 type of reproductive isolating mechanisms. Ayoqala, breeding at different times of the year, noma at different seasons. If organisms noma ngabe kuthiwa ama-species ayafana, but once they breed at different times, they cannot produce an offspring because mating seasons abo awafani. Number 2, species-specific courtship behavior. Okusho ukuthi once ama-organisms noma of ama-species amabili abanama-courtship behavior angafani, then they cannot produce an offspring. Adaptation to different pollinating agents. Pollinating agents, lama organisms that transfers pollen from one organism to another, ukuze kwenze cross-pollination. If engasafani ama-pollinating agent, those organisms cannot produce an offspring. Infertile offspring. Organisms like a horse and a donkey can mate and produce an offspring, but that offspring will become infertile because it is produced by two different species. Prevention of fertilization. Uma kuthiwa nomuntu nje upreventile, ngeke yenzeke fertilization. Kanjalo futhi nama-organisms of different species, they will not have gametes that are compatible, meaning ukuthi a sperm cell of a species A cannot fertilize the ovum of species B. Okay, so these are reproductive isolating mechanisms. Lapho sesibuka allopatric speciation. Then lastly, we look at evolution in present times. Masibuka evolution in present times, sesikhuluma ukuthi evolution is still taking place even namanje, and that evolution eyenzakalayo namanje ilena esibiza nge-modern evolution. If you can remember, sisakhula kwakukhona mosquito nje wawazi ukuthi once uba sprayer ngedum babefa bonke and you will sleep peacefully. But over time, mosquito bamanje uyabafutha ngedum badawe nje kwaleso sikhathi leso kodwa after 30 minutes bayavuka okusho ukuthi abafanga. only idumu nje badakiwe balala phansi baqhashaza after 30 minutes wasa ikhanda bavuka baqalela phansi lapho bagcine khona. So leyo kusho ukuthi sekhona i-evolution esiyenzakele. Idalwa yini i-evolution especially kulama organisms lawa amancane? Idalwa ukuthi kukhona i-mutation. Remember we said the mutation is a source of variation again. So as a result of mutation ama-organisms especially the microorganisms mutate rapidly, and when they mutate they will change their form, meaning that now their DNA is no longer the same, meaning that they can develop new characteristics. As a result of mutation, now there will be variation. Now in these organisms, some now will become resistant, meaning that now even if mosquitoes is resistant, no mungayifutha ngedum no mungayenza njani, idum ngeke sayibulala ngoba isi resistant, just like i-COVID-19, i-coronavirus njengoba kuthiwa sekhona delta variant. That is a result of variation. With now it has mutated, and now njengoba isi mutatile even nje kuthiwa sekutholakele i-cure yokuthi iyakwazi ukuthi iqede, but now ngeke sayibulala le i-variant entsha, because now that is a resistant strain. Since it's resistant, therefore ngeke isafa, meaning ukuthi sekuzokwenzeka i-natural selection. Remember, natural selection there is variation in the organisms. Some have favorable characteristics and some do not. Resistant, they have favorable characteristics, and those that are not resistant, they don't have favorable characteristics. According to natural selection, those that have favorable characteristics will survive. Even if a mosquito, those that are resistant will survive. Only those that are not resistant. And then it's natural selection, those that survive will reproduce. In other words, reproduction is organisms that survive, which are those that are resistant. And then when they reproduce, they will also pass on their resistance to their offspring. Meaning even if no mosquito they will be resistant. Meaning iyanda population. That is why we say the frequency of the mosquitoes that are resistant will increase, and then basically population now will consist of only resistant mosquitoes. Noma ngabe kuthiwa sikhuluma coronavirus, once sesikwazile ukuthi siyibulale lena engekho resistant, kusala lena resistant, and then lena resistant ngeke isabulawa ngama-antivirals, or if ngabe kuthiwa ngama-bacteria masibuka i-TB, if umuntu sekuthiwa usene-MDR, multi-drug resistant TB, meaning ukuthi now this TB now is resistant. Noma umuntu esewaphuza ke-treatment ye-normal ye-TB, ngeke ama-bacteria lawo esabulawa yileyo antibiotic, because it is resistant and it will reproduce other bacteria that are resistant, and then the population and the next generation will have more resistant bacteria which will be able to survive even if the person is taking antibiotics. So that is evolution in present time. So that part esikhuluma ngayo lapha yilena siyibiza nge-general evolution.